right, that was awesome talking with Knox Bennett about the Heisman trip to New York this past weekend. And we're going to bring in our next guest, Matt Hibbs of the Classic City Collective. Going to join us to talk a lot about what's going on in the NIL world. Obviously, it's a new growing space. You got the transfer portal going on right now. Guys are essentially free agency, trying to figure out where they want to go to play football and where they want to go as well to go make that cash money. Can't get mad at them about that. But the Georgia, what they do with the Classic City Collective, probably one of the best in the country, if not the best. I know Matt Hibbs, once again, does a great job, and we're going to bring him in right now to talk about the progress going on at the University of Georgia and the Classic City Collective. Matt, man, what's going on today?
How's it going, man? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, excited. So I know yesterday you were shooting some stuff with the boss man there, Josh Brooks. Maybe talk about that new, I guess not new relationship, but the ability to work directly a little bit more with the university and get the support from Josh Brooks as you guys continue to grow.
Yeah, it's been a complete game changer once the NCAA allowed that to be more of a public front-facing relationship because, there's a lot of confusion in the market. NIL is still new, and a lot of people don't understand it, and they don't understand the difference between what Georgia can do and what the collective can do. So to be able to get up there with him and, have a consistent message to the fans and the donors is massive.
All right, so I know that it's evolving, and I think it's hard to figure out what's legal, what's not legal, and I do agree. Like, the more that everyone's working at the same direction and for the same thing, I think it's best for the student athletes. I think obviously it's less confusing for the fans that want to support these student athletes as well. Do we get to a point where this is almost in-house, where you guys are essentially just an arm of the University of Georgia helping their student athletes?
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately that's where we're going to end. I don't know if that's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the road. There's a lot of legal hoops to jump through to get to that point. Employee status, what that whole thing looks like, if it even triggers employee status. I don't know. That's way above my pay grade. But, at the end of the day, we're all trying to get to the same place. We're all trying to make the experience at the University of Georgia the best it could possibly be for the athlete, for the fan, for everyone involved. And NIL is a component of that. So it just makes a ton of sense for it to be part of the athletic department in some facet.
No, I agree with that. I would love for it to just, once again, just eliminate the confusion. It's a one-stop shop. If I want to go support student athletes, I'm going straight to University of Georgia and the Classic City Collective, and I think that's the best way to do it. What's been the biggest challenge, though? Like, this is, like you said at the beginning, this is a brand new space, very green, evolving. Laws are different in different states. What has been your biggest hurdle this past year as you guys continue to mature?
I mean, our biggest hurdle here at Georgia and at the collective is really trying to change the perception of NIL. I think there were a lot of really big, juicy stories that came out early and painted somewhat of a negative picture on what NIL is. And that's a tiny, tiny fraction of what's going on out there. So I think it's really trying to educate our fans and our donors on what we're able to do and how beneficial it is for the athletes. And that it's not just, a couple guys making $2-3 million. I mean, I think that rubs a lot of older fans the wrong way. So it's really trying to get that out there that, hey, that's not what we're doing here. We're providing opportunities to athletes, and they're able to make a lot of money. We have players on this team that are earning, which is the key word, earning a lot of money, but we're just not handing it out, which I think that is the concern that I've encountered with a lot of fans. So it's trying to paint that accurate picture for them.
All right, so what I want to know, and we'll get more into what you guys are doing, but like me personally, say this is back in 2012-13, what would be my mark? Just to make me feel like I'm all pissed off inside, because I want to know how much money do you think I would be making at the University of Georgia if it was back in 2012, 2013? My prime.
Oh, man.
I just got off a 36 touchdown season. How much money am I making?
Now, let me just tell you, I wish that you were part of the collective right now. And if I could go out there and market you around, whew, baby. I mean, you'd definitely be top 2, top 3 in the country. So you would be sitting pretty, man. Not to rub salt in the wounds or anything, but you'd be in a pretty good spot financially.
Oh, are we talking about millions here? Like, are we like?
Oh,
we getting
we're
into
talking millions.
Oh,
Yeah,
Man,
we're
just too
talking.
early,
Man,
Hibbs. Too
we'd have you
early.
endorsing everything up and down the East Coast.
Oh man, that's killing me, killing me. Um, all right, how is it dealing with? Because I know there's agents obviously involved too. How is it dealing with the
Mhm.
agents and the student athletes that are part of the collective as well?
Yeah, that's a sticky part. There are, just like everything else in life, there are good agents and there are bad agents. Unfortunately, NIL has opened the door for maybe some people that used to call themselves runners or used to call themselves handlers, who now can just say, I'm an agent.
Hmm.
And they have no idea what they're doing. But that word agent next to their name, families trust them, kids trust them. And honestly, they're trying to extort people sometimes, and
Yeah,
they're painting a very inaccurate landscape for their clients. So the good agents, the ones that are at reputable agencies that we've all heard of because they deal with NFL players, they deal with NBA players, they're good. They understand the landscape. They're not taking fees. They're doing it the right way, and they're great to work with. The ones that have never done this before are a nightmare to work with. So, it runs the gamut, but that's just
yeah,
part of a new industry. Anytime something new opens up, you're going to have a lot of people flood into that market, and we just have to manage it appropriately.
yeah. I always worry about moms and dads trying to get involved a little bit too much and trying to obviously get their kids paid a little bit as well. Uh, the big interesting thing going on right now, and I talk about it a ton. It's the wild wild west. It's amazing to me to see the amount of like starting quarterbacks. Like if you go to the transfer portal right now and you see all these guys that have started from Spencer Sanders there at Oklahoma State to the kid Grayson that just got in the portal yesterday from Coastal Carolina. It's like, man, like you're a starting quarterback at a major university in Coastal. Obviously, he's had a great career there. Do you think a guy is leaving those situations because of NIL, or what are exactly, in your opinion, are they seeking out?
Yeah, I think in a lot of those cases it is. And I think really it's a testing the waters process. I mean, no one's told me
Mm-hmm.
this. This is just my perception of what's going on out there. I think that some guys at smaller schools kind of want to throw their name in the portal just to see what dollar values are out there for them and see if it's worth the jump. They might be happy where they are, playing time and the coaching staff and all of that. And they just want to see. They just want to see their options. And the only way to find that out is to really put your name in the portal and see what pops.
Yeah. All right, Matt. Before we let you go, just tell us what's on the horizon for the Classic City Collective. What are the big plans, and even other sports too that you guys are bringing in? I know it's not just it's University of Georgia. You think football, 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 but you guys do a great job with all the sports there at the University of Georgia. What can we look forward to this spring, summer, and heading into next football season? Along with obviously, let us know and everyone watching where they can go help support the University of Georgia student athletes.
Yeah, I mean that's a great call. We've worked with every single sport at the University of Georgia with the exception of two. We're finalizing deals with those two now because we really wanted to be able to say that we have done something with all 21 sports. So that's been important to us. So that's a check mark off the bucket list there. But in the spring, now that we're a lot more organized than we were last spring, we were just trying to figure this thing out. We're going to be doing a lot more fan interaction with players, football, basketball, other sports. Whether that's tailgates at baseball games or other type of fan interaction, like in-person interaction. We're definitely going to key in on that. And our website, we're going to start doing more auctions of player items where the money goes back to the athlete. We're just a lot more organized this time around. And obviously in the off season, the football players have more time. A lot of the athletes have more time. So that's going to be a really big focus for us moving forward. The 21 Club, those people who have been a part of that group from the beginning and those who joined from here on out, they're going to get priority in all of those events. So that's something we're really hitting on. And everything, all the donations, all the 21 Club signups, classiccitycollective.com, socials, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. That's where we push out a lot of our content. So you kind of see what we're doing out there.
Nice. Like I said at the beginning, man, the Classic City Collective, one of the best, if not the best, out there when it comes to being organized as you continue to evolve and supporting the student athletes across all sports there. on campus. Matt, man, thanks for joining us today. Next time you're in Atlanta, you can join me on my big comfy couch. Get you, me, TK.
I'm going to stop by. Heck yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
All right, that's Matt Hibbs, runs the Classic City Collective there at the University of Georgia. I want to take a quick break. Dan Jackson, safety for University of Georgia, going to come and talk about his rehab process going on right now, along with just preparations getting ready for Ohio State and that high-powered offense.